Furthermore, Lena Horne faced relentless scrutiny from both the public and her own family, as her mother constantly warned her about the dangers of choosing men for wealth or status, rather than genuine connection. Her mother's sharp jealousy and protective nature added tension to Lena's personal life, making every relationship a battlefield of expectations and desires. Despite this, Lena pursued opportunities in Hollywood that many thought were impossible, balancing her ambitions with the complicated dynamics of family loyalty and societal pressure. She learned to navigate circles of influence where charm and strategy were as essential as talent, often having to assert herself against subtle undermining from colleagues and the industry itself. Over time, Lena's choices reflected both her understanding of social hierarchies and her desire for authentic connection, revealing the intricate dance between personal desire and external expectation and shaping the way she approached love, career, and public image. Lena Horne's rise to fame was marked by both brilliance and heartbreak. Despite her undeniable talent and striking beauty, her journey through Hollywood was anything but easy. From the start, she faced deep challenges, largely due to the color of her skin. At the time, Hollywood was a place where racial biases were deeply ingrained, and black actresses, no matter how talented, were often sidelined or forced into limited, stereotypical roles. Lena's striking looks, which many believe should have been an advantage, were seen by many in the industry as a double-edged sword. Her beauty made her a target for the pervasive racism that shaped the entertainment world. She was constantly confined by the narrow roles offered to black actresses, which were often demeaning or restrictive. This limited her ability to truly express herself in her craft. The pressure of trying to fit into Hollywood standards wore her down over time, and it led to feelings of isolation and sadness. The constant fight against discrimination took a toll on her mental health, and there were several points in her career when she chose to walk away from Hollywood, seeking solace outside the glare of the spotlight. Looking back on her career, Lena reflected with a mix of pride and regret. She knew she had opened doors for future generations of black actors and artists, breaking barriers that many had considered impenetrable. However, the personal cost of that journey was something that she alone truly understood. Though she had achieved fame, it came at a price that no one could fully grasp. The path she carved in Hollywood was one of both accomplishment and pain, leaving behind a legacy that was as complex as the woman herself. Lena Horne's life was marked by deep family tensions, especially with her mother, Edna. Their relationship was filled with complications and heartbreak. Edna was a woman driven by ambition, constantly seeking fame and success. However, her ambitions often came at the expense of her daughter's emotional well-being. As Lena grew up, she was forced to mature quickly and fend for herself, as her mother was largely absent during her formative years. This absence had a lasting impact on Lena, leaving scars that would shape her relationships and her perception of love and trust. When Lena's fame began to rise, Edna saw an opportunity to capitalize on her daughter's success. Instead of supporting Lena and her achievements, Edna sought to use Lena's fame for her own personal gain. The situation took a darker turn when Edna attempted to blackmail her daughter, threatening to expose secrets that would damage Lena's career. This betrayal cut deep, leaving Lena feeling abandoned and manipulated by the very person who should have been her protector. The strain between them created an emotional burden that Lena carried throughout her life, adding to the challenges she faced in both her personal and professional life. Despite the immense success Lena achieved in her career, the wounds from this fractured relationship never truly healed. The pain of being exploited by her own mother weighed heavily on Lena, making it a central, complex element in the story of her life. In her early years in Hollywood, Lena Horne faced significant challenges due to her light skin. The industry had specific expectations regarding the image of black actresses, often requiring them to alter their appearance to conform to these stereotypes. As a result, Lena was pressured to darken her skin, leading to rumors about her passing as black. This situation created a complicated dynamic for Lena, as both black and white audiences had varied reactions to her presence in films. While some recognized her talent, others viewed her through the narrow lens that Hollywood had created for black performers. The studio MGM took this a step further, applying makeup to make Lena appear several shades darker, promoting her as a dark beauty to align with their marketing strategies. This practice not only underscored the industry's hypocrisy, but also illustrated their profound misunderstanding of black identity. Lena was forced to maneuver through a complex world that restricted her individuality, reflecting the broader struggles of representation within an industry grappling with issues of race and identity. The constant need to fit a particular mold left Lena with a sense of isolation, making her journey in Hollywood a poignant example of the challenges faced by artists of color during that era. Lena Horne's experience in Hollywood was marked by constant discrimination. She faced challenges from every angle, with many individuals in the industry viewing her as an outsider because of her race. One of the early obstacles she encountered was the refusal of MGM's hair and makeup department to work with her. Despite having fine hair, similar in texture to that of many white actresses, Lena was still considered an anomaly in a world that held rigid standards of beauty and racial purity. As a result, Lena endured numerous microaggressions, with her appearance often used as a tool for marginalization. Hollywood's beauty ideals did not fit her, and this led to constant challenges in her professional life. However, there were people in the industry who recognized her talent and worth. Prominent figures, including Sidney Gillow, a hairdresser at MGM, stepped in to provide support, treating her with the respect she had long been denied. Lena's resilience played a critical role in her ability to navigate these obstacles. Rather than succumbing to the prejudice she faced, she confronted it head-on with dignity and perseverance. However, the emotional toll of the discrimination she endured left a lasting impact on her psyche. Despite these challenges, Lena Horne carved out a successful career, becoming a trailblazer for African American women in entertainment. Throughout her career, Lena Horne maintained a distinct beauty style that resonated deeply with audiences, shaping her as an iconic figure not only in entertainment, but also in the realm of beauty. Her signature glossy red lipstick became a defining feature of her look, often paired with carefully styled updos that showcased her natural elegance and grace. Lena's approach to makeup was always understated yet powerful, favoring a more natural look that emphasized her features without the heavy application often seen in the film industry at the time. Her beauty choices became synonymous with a kind of timeless sophistication that set her apart from other stars of her era. In a groundbreaking move, Lena took her passion for beauty beyond her own personal style by launching her own cosmetics line, Lena Horne Cosmetics. This line was revolutionary, as it focused on creating products specifically designed for Black women, filling a gap that had been largely ignored by mainstream cosmetic brands. At a time when the beauty industry often catered to a narrow, Eurocentric standard of beauty, Lena's Cosmetics line was a bold statement of empowerment. It was a celebration of Black beauty on her own terms, providing women with products that allowed them to embrace their natural beauty without compromising or conforming to Hollywood's limited definitions of attractiveness. Lena's impact on beauty culture extended far beyond the Hollywood film sets and into the everyday lives of Black women who were searching for ways to celebrate their natural features. By rejecting the industry's standard beauty norms, Lena encouraged a generation of women to embrace their own identities and express themselves authentically. Her cosmetics line, along with her personal style, became a symbol of empowerment, showing that beauty could be defined by the individual, not by societal pressures. Through her work and legacy, Lena Horne left an indelible mark on beauty culture, proving that the celebration of Black beauty was not only possible but necessary. Lena's early years were marked by instability and loneliness. She moved frequently between relatives because her parents were often absent, and she never felt a true sense of home. Her father spent much of his time gambling, and her mother pursued acting, leaving Lena in the care of extended family members. This constant shifting created a childhood without roots, where she often felt lost and abandoned. Her grandparents became her main source of stability, offering care and guidance that her parents could not provide. Despite this support, the effects of her nomadic upbringing remained with her, shaping the way she viewed the world and strengthening her resilience. The experiences of feeling unmoored and facing early hardship instilled in her a deep sense of self-reliance and a drive to find her own path, influencing her later choices and artistic expression, making her performances carry a quiet strength that reflected the challenges she had endured. Lena Horne's grandparents had a deep impact on her life, shaping her views and guiding her values. Her grandmother dedicated her life to civil rights work, exposing Lena to important organizations like the NAACP and the Urban League. This early introduction sparked Lena's enthusiasm for social justice, instilling within her a strong commitment to equality. With her grandmother as a role model, Lena learned the significance of taking action against injustice and standing up for marginalized communities. The lessons she absorbed went beyond mere words, They became a part of who she was. Lena took her grandmother's teachings to heart, ensuring that her heritage was something to take pride in. As she grew, this focus on fighting for equality became a central aspect of Lena's life and career. Throughout her journey as an artist, she continuously advocated for civil rights, using her platform to speak out against discrimination and promote social change. The strong foundation her grandparents provided fueled her passion, guiding her through the obstacles she faced in a society often resistant to the changes she championed. Lena Horne's groundbreaking presence in Hollywood was overshadowed by the industry's deep-seated racial prejudices. Despite being an exceptional talent, she was often confined to minor roles that could be easily cut or altered for Southern audiences, who were uncomfortable with the idea of a black star in a prominent role. Her characters were rarely given depth or complexity. Instead, they were often limited to standalone musical numbers. This treatment reflected Hollywood's reluctance to fully embrace black talent, as it seemed to be afraid of alienating its predominantly white audience. Lena's striking presence on screen was often reduced to a mere spectacle of her musical ability, with little regard for her acting range. Many of her scenes were designed to be expendable, meaning they could be removed from films entirely if necessary. This isolation of her scenes not only reinforced the stereotype that black actors were only valuable for their music, but it also demonstrated the industry's unwillingness to engage with black talent in a meaningful way. The limitations placed on Lena's roles highlighted the systemic racism within Hollywood, which denied her the opportunity to fully showcase her range as an actress. It was a constant struggle for Lena to find meaningful roles, a struggle that mirrored the broader issues of race and representation that existed in American society. While she broke barriers and made history with her performances, she was constantly constrained by the racial limitations of the era. Her career serves as a testament to the challenges faced by black performers in Hollywood, a stark reminder of how race played a significant role in determining the opportunities available to them. Lena Horne's marriage to MGM musical director Lenny Hayton was a groundbreaking and controversial chapter in her life. Their union, as an interracial couple, drew intense scrutiny and backlash from both black and white communities. At a time when racial barriers were firmly entrenched in Hollywood, Lena openly admitted that part of her motivation for marrying Lenny was to challenge these societal norms. She was determined to break down the racial walls that had limited opportunities for black artists in the industry. While the marriage began in secrecy, it quickly became a symbol of defiance against the deeply ingrained prejudices of the time. As their relationship evolved, Lena's initial motivation to make a statement transformed into genuine love and respect for Lenny. Through the ups and downs of their marriage, Lenny stood by Lena, providing unwavering support during her career struggles. Together, they demonstrated resilience and mutual respect, facing the harsh realities of a racially divided society. Their marriage, despite the challenges and controversies it sparked, ultimately became a powerful example of love, strength, and breaking boundaries. Lena Horne's influence extended far beyond the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. Outside of her acting and singing career, she was a powerful voice in the civil rights movement. Lena made it clear that she would not perform for segregated audiences, refusing to entertain racial injustice in any form. Her commitment to equality and justice was not just about her public statements, but about taking action. She was a strong advocate for black rights and used her platform to push for change. One of her significant collaborations was with First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt. Lieutenant together, they worked to advance the cause of anti-lynching laws, a major issue in the fight for racial justice at the time. Lena also took part in the landmark March on Washington in 1963, a moment in history that marked a major turning point in the civil rights movement. This was more than just a public appearance for Lena. It was an active participation in demanding equality for all, regardless of race. Her activism didn't stop with speeches and rallies. Lena consistently spoke out in favor of black representation in media and entertainment. She understood that visibility in popular culture was essential for the fight against racial stereotypes and inequality. Throughout her career, she remained steadfast in her commitment to these causes, using her fame and influence to advocate for equal rights and challenge the status quo. Lena Horne's involvement in civil rights was not just a phase or a fleeting interest, it was a lifelong mission. She dedicated herself to fighting for justice, not just for Black Americans but for all marginalized communities. Her legacy as an artist and an activist continues to resonate today, and her work remains a powerful reminder of how one person's voice can impact the fight for racial equality on a national level. Following her Hollywood struggles, Lena Horne turned her talents to the vibrant world of nightclub performing. This shift marked the beginning of a remarkable phase in her career, as she blossomed into one of the most celebrated entertainers of her time. Nightclubs offered her a platform to express herself freely, away from the limitations often imposed by the film industry. Performing internationally at prestigious venues, Lena captivated audiences with her unique style, charm, and powerful voice. Her live album, recorded at the iconic Waldorf Astoria, attained commercial success and became the best-selling record by a female artist on the RCA Victor label, further cementing her legacy in music history. With each performance, she developed a dedicated following, earning the admiration of fans and peers alike. This vibrant chapter of her life allowed Lena Horne to showcase her talent on her own terms, solidifying her status as a beloved and influential artist in the music and entertainment industry. However, Lena Horne's legacy has been a focal point in discussions about race and identity in America. Her family lineage, particularly later generations, showed few black features, primarily because of interracial marriages. This reality has stirred debates about what it means to be black and how heritage is perceived. Some argue that the appearance of her descendants may dilute her connection to black identity, prompting questions about the essence of cultural legacy. Despite the varied interpretations of her family's racial background, Lena Horne's influence goes far beyond superficial traits. She embodies perseverance and grace, serving as an enduring symbol of resilience. Her journey illustrates the intricate layers of identity that exist within the black community, emphasizing that the essence of one's legacy is shaped by individual choices rather than just physical characteristics. Lena's story encourages a deeper understanding of what it means to belong and the multifaceted nature of cultural identity. Lena Horne's journey reveals the delicate balance she maintained between her ambitions and the expectations placed upon her by both her family and society. Her mother's jealousy and warnings about hypergamy shaped Lena's view of relationships, making her pursuit of love complicated. Navigating through Hollywood, Lena had to contend with not just her mother's fears, but also the industry's challenges. Her story illustrates how societal pressures can influence personal choices. As Lena carved out her niche, she often found herself in a struggle to prove her worth beyond her connections. This tension between seeking genuine love and societal rules led her to redefine her identity, allowing her both to pursue her dreams and to forge meaningful relationships. Ultimately, Lena's experiences teach us about resilience and the importance of self-assertion in a world filled with external